Welcome to As Yet Untitled. This is the show without any script or preparation or agenda or topics or themes or meaning or purpose. And we gather together four fascinating, talented people and they have a conversation and then we'll try and come up with a title for the show. So, please, will you welcome my guests? Welcome all. Katy Wix is here. Katy Wix had an interesting education and has a confession to make. Katy Wix. Mark Watson, welcome to Mark. Mark Watson is astrophobic and was recruited by Al Gore. Mark Watson. Karen Taylor, nice to see you, Karen. Karen Taylor has a potty mouth and once found a surprise in her sink. And welcome back to the show, Jim Moir. Jim Moir knows how to blag a lift.
You don't know. We'll all know after this, presumably.
You will, yeah.
Yeah, it can be, yeah.
Yeah, high-fiving, that's an unusual good
Very
start.
American, isn't it?
It's quite weird being applauded just on the basis of one sentence. Like
Yeah.
that.
I liked it.
Yeah, I loved it as well.
When you go on from a high five, what's the next?
High 10. High 10.
Is it?
Oh, I thought it was a hug.
No, but the next manoeuvre, it used to be like, hello, how do you do? Yeah. And then it's that. But what is it? Is it that?
Not the face.
Well, yeah, it could be.
Sex, is it?
No, the next greeting, the next hand greeting.
Well, still, yeah.
Well, there's variations, aren't there? Because I've seen them do it. They go past the fire and then round and get it behind on the other way back.
Yeah,
That's quite a fun one. And people come in and they go like that to you.
Oh, yeah.
And they want to give you a kind of a... What is that? That isn't it. We don't do that. It's
No,
not in our culture.
This one, the backhanded.
What's that?
I've had that before. What you'd think? Oh, what?
Yes, and a fella came up to me in Maidstone, and we did that.
Yeah.
And then he went, and I said, I'm very confused. I don't know where to go
To
now.
work it out beforehand, meet up, figure out what you're going to do.
Give me the diagrams and I'll do it.
Yeah.
Have you ever done when someone's gone to fist bump you and then you end up just covering, like you
To
think
what?
it's stone, paper, scissors?
Yeah.
Someone
You
goes
go-
to
you're
fit and I
gonna-
just
you're
did
gonna shake
that.
hands.
Yeah,
You have
I
to style that
shake
out.
hands
Oh,
with
it's
a
so
stump.
messy.
I've done that before.
Anyway,
I mean, really, meeting other people is a nightmare.
Yeah, it's horrible,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Shaking hands is because to show you've not got any weapons in it or something from the old days.
Yes, because you have to put down your spear.
Yeah. But these days, hardly anyone's got a spear. It almost goes without saying. Right.
No, I've got a spear. I'm not putting it down.
anyway, this isn't QI. Move on.
Less money.
Making a note. Less money. I like nowadays. I keep notes of potential titles, and I think less money is quite a good opener.
Yeah.
And we're off. Good.
are
I'm
off.
glad I've been of some use. So far.
Now you've got lipstick on your straw.
I have.
But can you please tell me about your? Because it's failed. You know, before we started, you
I
had a
wasn't
ploy.
doing it because I think I felt self-conscious about doing it. Well, it's a little tip I learned from, what was it, Bet Lynch? Nay Gilroy, or the other way around?
Bet Lynch in the street, yeah. Julie
In
Goodyear.
Coronation Street, Julie Goodyear.
I saw Harry Hill once. So sorry to interrupt. So Harry once on stage again. Bet Lynch, Coronation Street. Julie, and someone goes, Goodyear! And he goes, not bad, thanks. Looking forward to Christmas.
Very good.
Brilliant.
Well, this isn't as funny as that.
Sorry.
I'm about to say,
It's not fair to do Harry Hill gags before you.
right, he's very talented and
Finish it
quite
off
right.
anyway, you might as well.
He's very good, isn't he?
Yeah.
I wish he was sat here.
We could just Google some more of his jokes and just tell that.
My sad old comments and mine. He's very good. Well, it was just that if you've got lipstick on and you don't want to get it on the glass, you just drink simultaneously with the tongue out like that.
It works.
Can we get that?
It works, but it does.
It's
It
not.
looks
It's
weird.
worked.
Yeah,
It's worked.
it does look a bit odd.
You want that?
It
It's
just
worked.
looks weird.
Yes, but you do it subtly.
Is it
but
really
she
worth
used to
it?
do it. I like to think she used to do it behind the
So
rovers.
you're on a first date and you go,
No. Now,
no, I'll be off.
you and I both know that's not what I did. That is not what I did.
put as
You're
much of the tongue out as
exaggerating
that.
for comic effect. You won't have it. Because that's not what happened. The other thing, of course, is to look in the knife to check your teeth.
Oh,
After
that's
you've
a good
eaten.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, that is very
like a
clever.
queen.
That's equally as weird.
It's not that.
And I would not be anywhere near the woman who'd
We've
done
all
that.
done weirder
And then
things
got a
than that.
knife out and went,
Yeah, come on, you would.
She seems perfect. There's just a couple of things.
That's where I'm going wrong. Thanks. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I like it. But Karen, you've just got a big dollop of lipstick on top of your straw and leave it.
Well, it's more honest.
Not?
Yeah, exactly.
You know it's yours.
I was once in a cafe with Phil Jupitus. And
You're going to tell one of his jokes now.
no, I'm not doing anyone
Funny
else's
man.
jokes. It's not fair. And he was wearing a white sort of polo neck, and he had a cappuccino, and he also had a sort of a pendant round his neck. And he leant forward, and the pendant swung forward, took the chocolatey froth off the top of his cappuccino and swung back and just went splat in the middle of his polo neck. It's incredible comic timing. And then he just sat there going, fucking hell. Fucking chances.
They always say never drink a cappuccino and wear a pendant at the same time, don't they?
That'll
In a white
teach him
polo
for
neck.
dressing like a beatnik, won't it?
So now, Mark Watson, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
What is astrophobic? Is that
Fear of lightning.
Is it?
I'm terrified of it, yeah. Well, lightning, thunder and lightning. I mean, it's a proper...
sort of like a Yorkshire Terrier? Do you go under the sofa? Or?
The equivalent is for a human is I always have to go into a tube station or somewhere else where you can't see out. It's quite inconvenient, especially if you're not in London. It's very difficult. Or at least somewhere underground, like a bomb shelter. But again, there's not as many of those as there used to be. A warren, yeah. But again, if you're a non-rabbit, it's difficult. Yeah, it's actually surprising how hard it is to get into a windowless place in an emergency. I mean, this would be a lovely place to be in a storm, for example.
Wouldn't it?
Do you
Just
fear
chatting
thunder
away.
as well?
Well, I mean,
Do
thunder.
you find them very, very frightening?
Yeah. I mean, if people were to sing Bohemian Rhapsody every time it happened, that would take some of the edge off.
Is that real? Do you really fear it?
Oh, very
Or is
much
it
so,
just
yeah.
Are you frightened of
drawing
being struck
attention
by
to
it?
yourself once again?
No,
Is it the fear of being hit by it? Or
yeah, because it
right.
kills you. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you might as well say, I'm afraid of 12-bore shotguns.
I am actually afraid of them as well. Yeah.
Me
I'm
too.
quite frightened.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Have you researched what the stats are and how likely you are to be?
Yeah, 5
struck?
million people a year are killed by it.
No.
No, I think that's wrong.
Not
Sorry,
in this
5
country.
people a year.
Yes.
But,
I think that's
for a
wrong.
second, you believed it though. Like,
No, not really.
it's a bigger killer than heart
believe
disease.
it.
Yeah. Well, again, I might have read it too quickly, but I think I've got that right. The stats of being hit, it's something like 1 in... No, in all fairness, it's quite unlikely, yeah.
Quite low.
The trouble with it is, because it's unlikely it's going to kill you, people don't take it seriously. So plus, everyone apart from me seems to quite enjoy storms. So you'll get people actively going, oh, let's go out and... Oh, I love a good storm. Why don't you wave that golf club in the air and see how... it's actually... It's
quite a unifying thing, isn't it?
Well,
People can talk about it.
Yeah,
and
everyone
go,
else
"Oh,
seems
look."
to... And it's, you
Something
know,
different.
when you know someone's got a phobia, I knew someone that was scared of dogs, and people will always think it's hilarious to go ruff, ruff, behind it like that. And the more people are conscious of it, the more people come up to me and inject millions of volts of electricity into me. Yeah.
So you've never been struck by lightning?
No, but it's a matter of time. The thing is, because I'm sort of irrationally convinced that the lightning's going to get me, if it does happen one day. I mean, I don't want it to happen, but it'd be a hell of a payoff. Like, there will be a moment where I think, I bloody told you. Yeah.
I've heard it's quite good luck to be struck by lightning.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, people do sort of... I think I'd probably rather have the luck of not being struck by it.
No, apparently it's good luck for the rest of your life, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it like a... You know, some people think it's a bad omen and the storm's coming. Is it anything to do with that, do you think? Subconscious thing?
Well, it's a bad omen in the sense that
You're about
to die. Yeah. Because to be fair, even if it strikes you, it doesn't always kill you, does it? A lot of people do survive it, as you say. In fact, the bloke in the Guinness Book of Records for surviving 8 lightning strikes, but in the end he shot himself. Because he was unlucky in love. Yeah, what an ungrateful fucker, really.
If you are in a storm, you are supposed to go into a ball and put your bum in the air.
I know,
Really?
but... It is true, yeah, I've done a course on
The
it.
anus takes the electricity, turns it into a ball and fires it back out.
Yeah, shoot.
And it hits Zeus back in the eye.
Yeah.
And he says, well, I'll never do that again.
Oh, Oh, stinky lightning. This is the worst
I'm
sort.
so glad Zeus has come up so early.
I went on a course about it to try and I was like, you get hypnotised and all this business. And they did, one of the things they said was, in the event of a storm, as you say, get on your knees and stick your arse in the air. But it's surprising how badly that goes down in almost all situations, especially if the storm is.
So what you do in a thunderstorm? You take your trousers off and bend over.
So just to clarify, it was you that introduced the idea of taking the trousers off, by the way. I do think...
this course that you went on, did the person specialising in thunder and lightning fear, or would they deal with any phobia?
It was a museum, and they had an exhibition on lightning, and so they offered a course for people that were as part of it, and they did stuff like create lightning in a jar and all this business to make you realise that it was a sort of controllable phenomenon. Of course, I was just there going, why have you made fucking lightning?
Were there lots of you there?
There were about 10 of us. The idea was exposure to lightning would...
10 astrophobes?
10 astrophobes, yeah. It was
Are
quite...
you still in touch?
Yeah, we've got a support group, yeah.
Whenever it rains, they'll ring up.
Yeah, you're right,
Do you want to come over and stick your bum in the air?
The nice thing about it is, yeah, we have some cracking parties, yeah.
You can watch the rest of this episode on UK TV Play. And now for some extra stories that didn't make the show.
Ian and I are worried we've got nuts in our teeth. That's what we've been talking about.
I'm sorry about that.
You're very quick.
Say who's
Straight
nuts.
in.
You've not had nuts, have you?
No, I'm all right, yeah.
I think we're nut-free.
Yes?
We're nut-free.
Fine.
What sort
We
of
need
nuts?
a knife. We need a knife.
Yes.
Yeah, you do, to look at
Call
your
back.
teeth. What sort of nuts have you had?
Whatever Karen handed me, I didn't really look.
Cashews, pistachios.
Mixed.
Yeah, mixed.
Mixed.
Cashew,
Is
you say
mixed
cashew.
good enough for you?
Why? What do you say?
Cashew.
Oh, this could get nasty.
Do you know where? Have you ever seen? This is interesting.
peanut.
Have you seen where a cashew? Do you know what a cashew nut
You
is?
seem very animated.
Come on, everyone.
Come on, guys,
Come on, sorry.
Tell us what a cashew nut is here.
Sorry,
Hey,
we were
guys,
ignoring
listen.
you.
Does anyone know what a cashew nut looks like or where it comes from?
No.
Do you want us to know?
I didn't know this. My friend Bob told me this the other week. What is it? What do you think a cashew? Where does it come from?
A shoe shop. Is it Bob Mortimer? Because if it is,
it's
it'll be
Bob,
a lie.
Yeah, Bob Mortimer, yeah. And he proven it to me.
Has he?
He'd proven it to me off the internet.
Right. Oh, well, that'll
So what a cashew nut is like there's a fruit and there's a little, like, the tip of the fruit, what do you call it? You know, the...
stalk?
The stalk
that
of an
attaches
apple.
it to the tree.
That's what it is. That's what the cashew nut is. It's off the... There's like a big fruit and a cashew is the stalk off the end of it.
The stamen. Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Sorry.
But
Suddenly
it's
we're saying
fascinating,
things
isn't
like
it? Check it,
I know
everyone,
the word
check it up.
stamen, so shoot me.
When you get home, you know,
Yeah, we will.
have a look
Yeah.
Okay.
Cashew.
and be astonished
It's-
as I was.
If people are watching
Anyway.
this, they can do it at home straight away. as well.
This is...
Yeah. It's the
Let's
first thing
pause
I'll
and
do.
wait for the
Yeah.
signs.
Let's
People
move
can
on.
tweet in
Yes,
if they
let's
want.
turn now to comedy.
What's it? Is the fruit bit edible?
I don't know.
Other than the stamen? Used it already. Only just heard it. Used
Thank
it
you.
immediately. That's how I get
Yeah,
on.
I don't know, but that's what a
cashew nut is
the
like
cashew nut is. It's just that little bit at the end of a fruit.
It's like an afterthought, but that's the
Yeah.
bit that's
It's
ended
like
up being...
delicious.
You know, like if a
Yummy
pear
afterthought.
had a shit.
Yeah.
That's what it is. What you're having is a pear shit.
Big F, though, isn't it?
Is that what cashew means in another language?
Yeah, pear shit.
Pear shit.
It's all gone pear shit.
No, have a look at it.
I
It's
just
great.
I believe
believe
you.
I
It's not the
will.
sort of thing you'd make up, I don't think.
But you
I'm not
can't,
making
you
it up,
can't
no.
get that just
sort
from
of thing
looking
that
at a
Bob
cashew.
Mortimer would make.
No, it's-
You couldn't work that out that that's where it's been.
Bob said to me, have a look, see what because we're very interested
Close.
in nuts. And he said,
I'm interested in Brazil nuts.
well, Brazil nuts apparently can kill you. If you have
Radioactive.
too many of the radioactive,
Yes, they
exactly.
Are they?
Yeah.
If you take, I've got a friend who works at the nuclear power station near us,
Yeah.
and you're not.
And
you
that's
get
what they
five,
use to power-
That's how it's done. That's how it's done. 5 Brazil nuts. If you can't take 5 Brazil nuts into the nuclear power
Into
station.
Sellafield?
No, it's the one at Heysham. Anyway, You can't take Brazil nuts in there because it sets all the alarms off.
Because they're full of radiation.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, they're radioactive.
Chock-a-block.
If you have too many Brazil nuts, you'll die of radiation poisoning.
What's going on?
I'm taking a Geiger counter to my larder.
So who said... in conspiracy theories, who said, let's have Brazil nuts at Christmas?
Who was it?
Was it you?
No.
But they are...
Since the break, the show's turned into The Secret Life of Nuts, basically.
You can't cultivate them. That's
full
why
of radiation.
you can't cultivate them, can you? Because they need 3 things living together that all pollinate one another or something.
To make a nut.
The massive tree that they grow on, and another plant that grows on that tree, and a particular sort of bee or something, and they all live together in Brazil. And so you can't grow them, you have to go and harvest them from the wild. You can't just plant a Brazil nut tree.
It's lucky you can't, by the sound of it. They're absolute death traps.
And the nuts come in bags. I thought that's what you were going to say. They could kill you. They fall out of the tree and hit
They're
you on
full
the
of
head.
radiation.
I didn't realise they
Nuts
were
are
like...
quite
Yeah.
mystical, aren't they, in a way?
It's starting to
That's what
seem
we've-
as if they
it's
are,
like
yeah.
they're really mystical. That's a good title.
I'll make a note of that, Katie. I'm writing that down now.
Thank you.
Nuts are quite mystical.
It's make a wonderful tweet.
What's your
when someone
favourite
gets
nut?
in.
Anyway.
My favourite, I like a smoked almond.
Oh, you
Wow.
You've taken that quite badly.
This is the sort of subject that gets people angry, to be fair.
Is the coconut a nut?
smoked
Not
wrong
really
with
a
that?
nut.
All right.
No, I don't think it is.
Yeah, I do. I like those. I'm sticking with it.
We'll stick with what you want then.
Almonds are nice. And I like them in a baked or tart.
Oh, it gets worse.
What's your favourite nut then?
Peanut!
Oh, no, we
Come
can't.
on, it's the best nut ever.
can't have 'em in
If
our
you
house.
all admitted that what is the best nut is the peanut.
No, my daughter's
Then we all
allergic
have a
to
much
them,
easier
Connor.
life, yeah.
I don't.
What do
I'm
you
not
like
with you.
about it?
You can go pistachio. You can go...
Coconut?
whatever- What?
Coconut?
It's not a nut.
No.
Have you
fruit,
seen?
I don't
think so,
Have you
no.
seen Best in Show?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
And he's
thank
going
you.
on about nuts. Have you seen that film?
No.
You've
Yeah,
loved
I
it.
have, yeah, yes.
Macadamia nut,
Oh, yeah.
pine nut. He lists his favourite nuts. You
Yeah.
should watch that.
I've seen it.
He's sitting there going,
You shouldn't see it, you bloody hate it.
what's that show about the peanut?
The peanut is
It's
clearly
because
the
when
best
they take
nut.
the bags off the card, then the girl in the bikini suddenly
yeah.
emerges. By closing time, you can nearly see all of her.
They don't
Yeah.
still have those, do they?
They don't.
Don't
They're
think
regarded
so.
as sexist now.
Oh, is that right?
Just think all you need to do is do a boy one as well.
Yeah. With his
Even it
penis.
up.
Penis there.
Or his nuts.
But
Yeah.
you didn't ever see a clout.
A what? Oh, right.
You never saw that.
No. You saw her boobies, though, didn't you?
No, you
No,
didn't.
no, they were covered.
She was
wearing swimwear. Swimwear.
swimwear.
Oh, it's just my imagination there.
Filling in the blanks.
Would
Yeah.
you have bought more if you could have seen?
Yes.
Seem like you wanna-
What's your
Anyway.
favourite nut, Katie?
Maybe pine nut?
Really?
No, it was like a,
He's
just
not
a
happy
nice...
with that either.
It was just another one I thought of.
I like Brazils and smoked almonds.
I don't mind a macadamia.
I
Don't
like
mind
it.
an almond, actually.
I don't mind a peanut if it's dry roast. We can't have them in the house because my daughter's allergic to them.
I don't think I really
I'm
like
against it.
nuts. There, I've said it.
Well, that moves us on at least,
Deal
doesn't
with
it?
Yeah,
it.
let's-
Because you two brought them up because you were
done.
nut.
just
Well,
worried
I
I'd
thought we
stop
had nuts.
scoffing in the
I
interval.
thought we had nuts in our teeth,
I'm
but I was.
pissed. I need to eat
listening.
something. Someone took the sandwich away.
Do you like the walnut?
No.
No. This is
I think you can get
disaster.
a horrible walnut every now and then, and it puts you right off.
Yeah. Someone,
they're different.
someone behind us going,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's up for walnuts?
disaster about the walnut. You don't
Yeah,
like 'em.
yeah, you can get rotten old
What about
walnuts.
a pecan? Do you like a pecan
Yeah, I
slice?
love a pecan.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a good.
Oh,
I tell you
yeah.
what.
Now we're
Oh,
back.
yeah.
Now we're back.
That's quite
All agree
exotic.
on a pecan.
Oh yeah,
That's quite
heterosexual.
exotic, but yes.
Is it
I
exotic?
think so. It's quite American, isn't it? It feels very American.
Only pecan
looking
pie.
When I said I liked a pecan
Yeah.
and Jim nodded, I felt really proud of myself.